Hi gamers! So if you haven't been living under a rock or avoiding the news online altogether, and honestly who could blame you, you've probably already heard about this. What does it all mean? Are we on the last malms of a sinking ship? Should we all abandon it now or else risk the shame of being the last ones to leave a dying game? Okay, relax. These articles are clickbait, and this doesn't mean what the titles and thumbnails make you want to assume it does. So what is this really about? I'm Debbie, and here it is. Final Fantasy XIV has been around for a long time. Yoshi P is celebrating his 15th year working on the game, and if Final Fantasy XI is any indication, Final Fantasy XIV can be around for at least another decade or so and still be profitable. As of today, Final Fantasy XIV is still in the top 5 of the most popular MMOs by a number of unbiased sources, and there has been absolutely zero talk coming out of Square Enix of closing servers or reducing the game in any conceivable capacity. Sure, hitting over 1 million active players at the crescendo of their first 10-year story arc was a huge milestone, and one that was very vocally celebrated. It was the peak of Final Fantasy XIV, the WoW exodus had everyone excited that they were participating in the most popular game of the time, and taking part in MMO history. So what happened? Why is everyone slamming 14 now, and where do we go from here? As any rocket scientist will likely tell you, a straight-for-the-stars trajectory is impossible to maintain long-term with a single blast. In order to reach the moon, several large boosts are required, and in between, the engines reduce power or shut off entirely to reduce strain. An MMO is not dissimilar. If Final Fantasy XIV were to maintain the same level of hype and recognition over a longer period of time, it wouldn't be beneficial for the longevity of the game. And here's why. For starters, people create the game. People need vacations, breaks, people need to power down too and work on new things in order to avoid burnout. New people need to be trained. People come and go as their life circumstances dictate. Having a cohesive story requires the same people sticking with the project long term, and that's not possible for more than a few years at a time. Secondly, the devs need time to experiment, grow, and take risks. Without some downtime to try new things, something that's too risky to do during large popularity booms, they will be stuck in a loop of doing only what's working or what's popular, and that will very quickly stagnate the game. They aren't looking to be the most popular MMO for a few years. They're looking at being the longest running popular MMO. When things get a bit quiet, they can try new kinds of content, work more on quality of life improvements, and do things they generally are dissuaded from doing at the peak of hype. Lastly, do you want a house or don't you? In the past, quieter patches or expansions were opportunities for the population of active sub-players to drop a bit, and for some people who are playing to get a house, or a larger one. Something that has been nigh impossible for people on some North American worlds for a while now. So then, why the hate? There are 2 reasons why I believe this drop in players is being hated on so much. The first is that it coincides with the problems people have had with the story of Dawntrail. As someone who has played since 2.0, I thought it was okay. There were absolutely problems with the story. As a standalone game or a work of art, I wouldn't hesitate to bash it thoroughly across the prose with a hammer. But it never claimed to be either. It's a small bit of storytelling across an expansive multi-hundred-hour MSQ. We long-term players had very low expectations for it going in, and we weren't really disappointed. It had some highs and some lows. It had some things that we rightly criticized about it, like the fact that our Warrior of Light has become exceedingly dumb. Probably after the punches to the face we took in Endwalker. Am I confident that this will improve over the patches and expansions to come? Of course. But that doesn't stop people from rage quitting now. Listen, I played 60 hours of Veilguard. This is nothing. Will people who quit because they're dissatisfaction with Dawntrail's story come back in future expansions? I'd wager that the vast majority of them will. And that's the thing with Final Fantasy XIV. It's a game that you can keep coming back to. Unsub for now. For a few months or a couple years, it will be here when you get back, and you'll have a plethora of new content to explore. The second problem with the timing of the player drop is that there are quite a few new and exciting games to play right now. People assume that a choice to play a different game over 14 is a choice against 14, and that's not true. Again, the beauty of a game like Final Fantasy XIV is that you can leave, play another game or games until you've had your fill, come back and realize you haven't missed much. The fact that there are other games right now worth playing is a boon to the gaming industry, and I couldn't be more excited about it. To me, a drop in active 14 players only means that the industry is doing well despite some huge flops lately. I mean, gamers got a game, and if they're not playing this game, they're playing another. So, what's next? Well, if you're currently playing Final Fantasy XIV, awesome. Though the auto-demolition timer is off again, wait for it to come back. Snag a house if you want one, or a larger one if you can. Catch up on playing new classes, do Boja or Eureka if you haven't already, get excited for the new patch content, level your trusts, work on achievements, or just amass a huge pile of gil in preparation for the next big item you want to purchase. If you're not playing Final Fantasy XIV, awesome. Enjoy your break, enjoy the games you are playing, and drop your sub to save yourself some money if you can. When you get back, everything will be exactly as you left it. The content will still be there for you to do. The story will still be there for you to do. You can binge it like a new series you found on Netflix to get caught up. The moral of the story is that regardless of whether you're playing right now or not, the game is not in danger. YouTubers who try to sell you clickbait videos or who try to paint a picture of Dawntrail being to blame and the future of the game being in question are just doing it for the money. And that's all I have for this video. Huge shout out to my patrons and channel members. You can join them for only $2 Canadian a month and see your name on the screen at the end of every video. Remember to subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV news and guides. Thank you so much for watching, gamers, and I will see you in game.